Israeli airstrikes on southern Lebanon killed at least 11 people on Friday, despite last month's ceasefire. Lebanon's health ministry says these strikes targeted the southern village of Tyre near Tyre and the southeastern village of Kar Shuba. These strikes came hours after Israel issued more forced evacuation threats. Hezbollah said it launched rockets and drones at military bases in Israel. And the U.S. State Department has announced it will facilitate 2 days of intensive talks between Israel and Lebanon next week.
In the end, we all share the same goal, and by all, I mean including the Lebanese government and the Israeli government, that we want the relations between Israel and Lebanon, its legitimate government, to be very strong. The impediment to that is Hezbollah. Again, an Iranian agent, Hezbollah, who is victimizing not just Israelis, but Hezbollah is also victimizing Lebanon. The reason why Lebanon faces bombings, the reason why Lebanon faces violence is because of Hezbollah. It is Hezbollah that's imposing this on them. So I think we all share the same goal, which is a strong Lebanese government that doesn't have an armed Hezbollah operating within its national territory, imposing a threat to any of its neighbors. And to do that, we have to empower and equip the Lebanese government to be able to confront that threat.
Our correspondent in Beirut, Rory Challands, joins us live now. Tell us a little bit about these evacuation orders and indeed these airstrikes as well.
Evacuate and then strike, that is the pattern. 6 of the 9 towns and villages on the forced evacuation list this morning have now been hit within 3 hours of those orders going out. They're all in and around the Tyre district. Now, Tyre is a city down on the Mediterranean coast in the south of Lebanon, and it's a wider administrative area. All of the villages that have been given these warnings, and then the ones that have been hit as well, are in that administrative district. There has been plenty of artillery and airstrike action going on across Tyre and in the Nabatea district as well. Nabatea is north of the Litani River, and a reminder to our viewers, the Litani River is the northernmost boundary of what Israel is trying to create as a buffer zone in southern Lebanon. But that it is operating north of that river shows that it doesn't see that boundary as a limiting factor in its military operations. There are plenty of house demolitions that have been going on in the southernmost bits of Lebanon, the Bint Jebel area that's down near the Israeli border. It has been a really intense period of fighting in southern Lebanon. We have had 50 people at least killed in the 24-hour period up to Friday. From Friday to where we are now on Saturday, we don't have the up-to-date number yet, but we know that there have been at least 2 deaths so far earlier on Saturday, and there will be more to come. Hezbollah is saying that it is striking against Israeli forces using rockets against Israeli troop formations. It also seems to be using an increasingly diverse arsenal of drones, and it has launched rockets across the border into Israel, targeting the Metula area. There are talks, peace talks, that are scheduled to take place next week, involving the Israelis and the Lebanese governments in Washington, D.C. But on the ground, all of the action seems to be going the other way.
Rory, on those talks and the possibility of a ceasefire, which seems to be a ceasefire in all but name, the thing is, a lot of people have criticized them for A, taking place while the country is being bombed, and B, the biggest I suppose interlocutor that Hezbollah is omitted from those talks is another point of contention.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, this war is taking place on Lebanese territory, but the main protagonists is not the Lebanese state. The main protagonist in Lebanon is Hezbollah against Israeli forces and the Israeli Air Force. But Hezbollah not part of the negotiations, as you say. Essentially, we have a very difficult situation. Hezbollah is the main sticking point here. The Americans and the Israelis want the Lebanese government to do more to restrain and ultimately disarm Hezbollah. restraining Hezbollah from hitting Israeli targets was one of the terms that the Lebanese state agreed to in the ceasefire that, as you say, is a ceasefire in only name, really. The Lebanese state has not been able to, or is unwilling to do that restraining or disarming of Hezbollah, for the simple reason that Hezbollah is powerful, and any efforts to do so would run the risk of causing significant strife within Lebanon, another crisis, and potentially a civil war. So Lebanon wants Israel to retreat out of Lebanon, to stop bombing, etc. Those are its terms, but we have different groups here and doing the negotiating with ultimately different aims, and we will see whether this ceasefire actually progresses to anything more lasting.
Rory, thank you. Rory Challands there joining us live from Beirut.